everyone. Welcome to another Let's Play. This is Quest for Glory 4, and I am your host, Anna Mardal. This is going to be a very talky one. I'm going to warn you in advance. Not me talky, them talky. So, when we last left off, we were in the camp, and we had exhausted all the conversation options, but there's one more thing we get to do, and we get to have Magda read our fortune. And if you recall, Quest for Glory 3 had fortune telling a little bit, but it was one time, and it was kind of disappointing. It was they made it interactive in order to keep the player interested, but as long as you didn't choose the obviously bad decisions, you got basically the same fortune. So it was like, why am I even here? And then the fortune itself was not very helpful. It didn't tell you anything about the game or any greater lore. It was basically just a quote-unquote prediction of what the ending would look like, which was clever enough when you got to the ending and went, oh, sure enough, that's what they predicted. It all makes sense in retrospect now. But it didn't, there wasn't anything there that was interesting that you would care about as a player, probably. It didn't tell you about your character. It just told you what the ending was going to look like. And so the fortune telling in Quest for Glory 3 was not really that interesting. The fortune telling in Quest for Glory 4 is much more in depth. It's spread out over multiple days, and it tells you about the characters in the game. Characters who are right now a mystery to us, but will not always be a mystery. And as we get to know them and get to know what's going on and come to understand the depth of their character, these fortunes will flesh them out. I'm not going to say who the characters are, because right now I know not everybody knows who the characters are. We're finding them out. That's part of the mystery of this game. And I enjoyed when we played, when we did Quest for Glory 1 with Spielberg. It was fun how people were guessing who the brigand leader would be, and so on and so forth. So right now, we're going to just continue to, that's interesting, I wonder what that means. And we'll talk about these fortunes more in depth whenever we go through a second time as a paladin, and I can point out how clever it was all along. The way Magda tells fortunes in this game is she uses a tarot deck. It is a real tarot deck that is being used. You could get it on Amazon. It's the Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg by Yuri Shakov. That's K-O-V. Amazon has his last name as ending in K-O-W, so be careful with that. But if you Google Russian Tarot or look for it on Amazon, it's there. They're beautiful cards. I actually, when I went to go get a tarot deck, I selected that one solely on the strength of this game, because that's how much of a nerd I am, that when I wanted a tarot deck, I went and got the one that was in my favorite video game. But very, very intricate, tiny details that the game couldn't recreate. Each card kind of looks like a Fabergé egg. Very beautiful. Which this game will completely mangle. And she uses a spread that is not a traditional spread, because it's a spread that would really only work with video game magic guiding the cards, so that there's a fancy signifier card slapped down at certain points, and you can say, oh, that's such and so a person. Oh, that's such and so a person. Usually whenever you read tarot cards, you can't spreads which require face cards to show up as needed to represent people don't usually work out great in real life, in my experience. You end up with like the 5 of coins and the 4 of cups crossing each other and no idea what to call that. But we have video game magic on our side, so that won't be a problem here. I will link in the description to both the tarot deck and someone made a page on Eclectic Tarot about this particular spread that was used and detailing how it's used in the game, which is cool. So there's other nerds out there that cared about this, so that makes me feel less alone. But the readings do take some time to read, so that's why I said this is going to be talky one. So settle in.
Now, you listen to the words of an old gypsy fortune teller. You will initiate this reading of the cards. The shuffling and cutting attunes the cards to those vibrations which surround you. You do not control the cards, nor do I. It is the cards which show what they choose to show. I will reveal to you the meanings of the cards. It is up to you to interpret how they affect you. You may reveal the first card.
Also, I'm eating angel food cake in total defiance of all Let's Play rules about eating, but I needed something. The Magician! We're a mage, so...
The first card is the significator. It is the symbol of the subject of the reading. This card represents one of great skills and will. This is a person of great imagination and creativity, tempered by self-knowledge and control. This is the card of the Magus, the card of occult knowledge and power. Oh, this card clearly represents you, and therefore this reading is about you. The cards which surround the significator represent the influences which affect your current situation. This next card represents something from the distant past, which is relevant to the here and now. Turn over this card and reveal the influence of your past. This card is the High Priestess. It is inverted, which means the meanings too are turned upside down. The High Priestess is some woman of your past. She is a person of selfishness and passion. Someone who seems to be very powerful, but her knowledge is limited by her own conceit. Turn over the next card to reveal more of this individual.
That would be the Four of Coins.
The Four of Coins. Now that is the card of the miser. This woman of your past has power, but uses it selfishly. This is a person who cares only of her own needs and wants, and does not care what she does or how she influences others. This person is one who, as long as you satisfy her needs and vanity, will be willing to aid you, providing it does not require any amount of effort on her part. However, if you act against her, her vengeance will be swift and violent. This is not a person to disregard, and she plays an important part in the events around you. Reveal the next card, something of the more recent past, which has consequences in the present.
Okay. The King of Coins.
This is the inverted King of Coins. This is an old and vicious man, someone who is willing to use any means to attain his desires. Someone who is dangerous and cannot be trusted or underestimated. Reveal the next card that we may learn more of this person.
The Devil. Not a great card, but not...
The Devil. This is indeed an ill omen. This person is influenced by black magic. A man of power and dark desires, yet the devil is a sign of bondage and subservience, and this person has faced unexpected failure of some sort. This is someone of great evil, someone who cannot be trusted. This is one who'll bear you ill will, yet is somehow prevented from harming you or gaining his revenge, for now. Should he gain his freedom, this man will seek to destroy all which stands between his goals and himself. Turn over the next card to reveal a surrounding influence.
Okay, so this was distant past, this is recent past, and this is surrounding influence. Queen of Cups. That's a good one.
Ah, the Queen of Cups. Again, there is a female influencing your present. This is a woman of wisdom and love. She is kind, generous, and virtuous. Let us see what next the cards reveal of this person.
The Star.
The star. It is a symbol of hope and spiritual influence. Now this is a woman in touch with her magical nature. She is gentle and loving, yet there is great strength within. This is a woman who generates hope and help through her actions. The next card reveals the overriding influence upon the future.
Queen of Swords.
Ah, the Queen of Swords. She is a woman of wit and skill, yet she has suffered through terrible hardship, and she is marked by her suffering. Oh, she faces her sorrows bravely, but with a deep, deep loneliness. The next card will tell us more about her.
I think that's the Moon. Boy, that is not easy to read.
The Moon. It is the card of deception. This woman is a deceiver, or is deceived by her own beliefs. This card also reveals the magical nature of the woman. This is the strength which sustains her. Oh, she is either surrounded by false friends or seeks to betray you herself. She is the victim or the villainess. The
Interesting.
final card will reveal the influence which will most affect you. The Void. About this card I will not speak. I must meditate upon its meaning. This tableau shows the influences surrounding you. These people will affect your life for weal or for woe. It is up to you to determine how and what effect they will have upon you. That is all that the cards and I can reveal at this time. Make what you will of your fortune. I will speak no more of it.
If we try to go again...
Forgive me. A reading takes a good deal of magic from me. I can only do this once a day.
So we will instead say goodbye.
You say goodbye.
Ah, you weary of talk? Good. You are a guest with us tonight. Let us join the others for food, drink, and dance, huh?
I hope you will enjoy the hospitality of my people.
You spend the evening in the joyful company of the gypsies. The gypsies seem to have gone all out to make you welcome in their camp. You've eaten a rich, spicy stew with no garlic, with fresh bread and plenty to drink. Now it's time to relax and enjoy.
Come, is she not beautiful? Ah, why do you hesitate? Go, join in the dance!
After hours of carousing with the gypsy wolves, you find yourself curling up into a comfortable position near the fire pit and sinking into a deep and dreamless sleep.
That's kind of a big deal because there's lots of places to have dreams in Mordavia. So having a dreamless one. In fact, Mordavia is interesting because much like in Quest for Glory 2, the most interesting stuff happens at night. Even more so than in 2. So you're constantly, especially later in the game, waiting for night to come. So, good morning.
I have seen in a vision that you have a friend in need, a stranger to this land like yourself. You speak with him in this room at the inn. This friendship will send you on a very strange quest. Perhaps at another time we will speak more of this. It is a real pleasure to speak with you again.
You tell about some of your adventures.
Ah, you tell strange stories, but I can sense that you speak true. You have lived the most exciting life. I do not think this valley will be the same when you leave.
So we have new dialogue options. We'll ask her about visions.
I have always had dreams and visions. Some of these are true events. Some are only what could be true. These visions are, like most dreams, clouded in mists. Their meanings, too, are very shadowy. If you wish to learn of your future, allow me to look into the cards. You have only to give me a crown, and I will give you a reading, huh? I am the leader of this pack, and I wish I could lead them from this valley. I have had troubled dreams of late, and the game is getting scarce in this area.
Let's ask her about undead.
Many are the kinds of the dead which do not rest. Some are harmless, some most helpful, but most are extremely dangerous. Some, like the Rusalki, are victims of crimes. Others, like the Wraiths, are the spirits of criminals who cannot rest. But most powerful and fearsome of all are the Nosferatu, the vampires.
So let's talk about Rusalki first.
The Rusalki are the spirits of drowned maidens. Some are the victims of accidents, and others were the victims of murderers. They retain their physical bodies and try to drown all who approach them. There is said to be a Rusalka in the lake to the east. I have heard tales that a Rusalka may be tamed through kindness, but I have never heard of anyone actually trying such a thing. Oh, no.
You can understand why. It was kind of dangerous. Even just us giving her the flowers, I guess she could have latched onto our wrist and dragged us in. Let's ask about wraiths.
A wraith is a spirit who cannot rest because of greed. They refuse to leave behind their possessions, and so haunt the sight of those objects.
If you travel by night, you sometimes can see a mound of rocks where no rocks were by daylight. This is the burial mound of a wraith. Avoid it, for the wraith will try to draw their life from you if you get too close.
I swear, several of her voice lines are done by a different actress. I don't know what happened. Did the first actress get sick and they couldn't afford to redo all the lines, so they just did the last few with the replacement?
The Nosferatu, the undead which feed upon the blood of living things. If a man is drained unto death by a vampire, he will rise from his grave as a revenant, hungering for the taste of human flesh. If a vampire shares its own blood with its victim, the victim will rise from the grave as a slave of its vampire creator. It too will be a vampire, but it must obey the commands of its master, and cannot harm its master directly. Sometimes the sharer of vampire blood is not drained entirely by the master vampire. Thus, he can continue to live until struck down by a natural death. Then he will rise from his grave.
So, 3 kinds of undead were talked about there. The Revenant, who is basically a zombie or a ghoul that's been drained by a vampire, but not turned into a vampire himself. Then there's vampires who have been given the blood of a vampire to come back. And then there's living people who are future vampires, who have been turned but are still alive and won't become vampires until they die. So that's interesting.
The old rulers of this land, the boyars of the castle, were the Borgov family. They ruled this land for as long as my people remember. The last boyar was a strange man, so it is said. What became of him, I do not know. Only that the son left the valley in shame and horror. When we heard rumors that Borgov Castle was again inhabited, we brought our wagons to Mordavia. We thought perhaps the old boyar's son had returned, and we could trade with him again. We met with the gatekeeper, who said that the Borgov family was dead. Oh, the castle was now owned by a distant cousin who promised to protect this valley as a true boyar. So we did some trading with the gatekeeper, but never saw signs of this Borgov cousin. Soon after this, the rain started to fall, and we were trapped here.
Okay. Let's talk to Davy, see if he's got any new things to say. How are you, Davy?
Ah, I am well, and happy to see you again, my friend.
How's the forest?
I have run in this forest for many years, and I know my way around. The forest is a very different place at night. It is a very dangerous place to travel if you are not a wolf.
How's the hunting lately?
Last night we were hunting far to the south. I heard a voice call out a command. Bushes here, disappear! The voice had the fur on the nape of my neck up on end, so I did not investigate further. Hunting in Mordavia is always an interesting experience.
So that's another clue of where Baba Yaga is and how to get past her rhyming bush. And then there's an option to ask about the dancer we danced with last night.
Ah, the one who danced with you upon your last visit? The one who is lovely, lively, and, more than a handful? She is my mate, and we wolves mate for life.
Well, okay. Let's do another reading. Actually, let's save our game first. Just in case. Now let's do another reading.
The cards have again been shuffled and cut. So reveal now the subject of this reading.
It's the King of Coins again, the man of our recent past.
This reading is of the ill-omened man, and now we shall learn more of his purpose and past. The next card you turn shall show the distant past.
The Queen of Swords, who is the lady of our present and future.
The Queen of Swords. Interesting. Sometime in the past, this man has met the mystery lady of your present. He may have been betrayed by her, or perhaps he is the betrayer of the lady. The next card shall reveal her influence.
The Magician.
Ah, the magician. The woman of mystery has magic also. One is the teacher of the other. The order of the card suggests it is the woman who was the master, and the man her apprentice. The events you face now, obviously, began in the dark past. Let us learn now of the more recent ones.
The magician again. How many decks are you working with here?
Aha, this is your own influence upon the man. It seems you were as important to his history as he was to your own. Now, let us see the manner in which you affected him.
I'm guessing because your own signifier card changes depending on who you're playing. If you play as a paladin, it's like the Knight of, I think, Swords, and it's a really kick-ass card with a knight on a horse with a sword. So I'm guessing they didn't notice that the magician was gonna appear twice. I mean, she may be working with multiple decks at the same time. That's not totally unheard of. But we don't usually have card overlap in these readings. And so I'm suspect they didn't think about a playthrough where the magician card would show up as the signifier and as the past death.
Death, the card of transformation. You are the agent of this man's failure and loss. You altered his life irrevocably. Even if you destroyed him, my dear, he still influences the present. That the cards chose to reveal information about him shows that he is again a player in the game of your life.
Interesting.
What next can we learn of this one, huh?
This was a surrounding influence before. 8 of Swords.
In the present, the 8 of Swords. This is the card of conflict and domination. The last card which crossed this man was also a symbol of bondage. He is somehow a prisoner or an unwilling accomplice of another. Let us see if the cards will explain further this relationship.
5 of Clubs.
This is the card of conflict and struggle. This man does not take his bondage lightly. Now, let's see what the cards show of his hopes and desires.
The Chariot.
The Chariot represents triumph and vengeance. There is a strong need to gain control of the situation, of his life. He may seek escape, but escape is clearly not enough. Let us see in what way he may triumph.
The Devil.
Oh, this time the devil is inverted. The meanings may differ, but this is a card that bodes no good whichever way it lies. Your man clearly seeks release, but with that freedom, he will also seek revenge. Whatever or whoever binds him now cannot contain him forever. He will seek his revenge, and you will need to be wary. You will face him again in a struggle to the death. Now let us reveal the card that rules over the past and the present. Oh, the dark card of the void. The influence of the Dark One overshadows all. No more shall be revealed, nor shall things be spoken at this time. The cards have spoken. The reading is done. The cards have spoken, and that is all I will say about them now. If you wish to learn more, come another time.
Okay, so that is all the talking we are going to do for
You say goodbye.
right
May
now.
the wind be in your face and the hunting good.
I don't think we looked at the camp before.
The huge fire pit will hold a large enough fire for any occasion. A large barrel leans up against one of the wagons. The gaudily painted blue wagon looks as though it belongs to a wise woman or fortune teller. It's not easy being green, but this wagon does its best. The owner of this wagon evidently couldn't make up his mind about which color to paint it, so he used two. It really looks very little like the toy red wagon you had when you were a kid. Verdant bushes surround the camp. Colorful wagons surround the fire pit in this authentic Moldavian gypsy camp.
Okay. So that is that. It is now day 7. And we are at 165 points. I've lost track of where we should be. So let's just hope that's correct. Our intelligence is up and our honor is up. I don't know why our honor is up. Did we do something honorable? So, I said before that a lot of this game is waiting for nightfall to come, because the interesting things are available at night. We haven't done very much of that yet because no, there's no point in talking to Lishi because he's still stuck on the Baba Yaga riddle and we haven't technically met Baba Yaga. We haven't gone out much at night. We haven't gone out at all at night because night is dangerous. We were repeatedly warned that night was dangerous. But we have a couple of spells now.
Your magical...
One of them is a aura spell that is meant to protect us from undead. And one of them is a protection spell that protects us from, I believe, physical attacks. So, whenever they say, oh, don't go out at night, night's dangerous, that's not quite true for us anymore. We have some spells now that make going out at night a bit more viable. So, herein, brings us to a point where we spend a lot of time waiting for nightfall. There really is not a good, easy way to wait for nightfall except to just do the rest. I really miss the... Hey, Crisp. I really miss the sleep until nightfall option that was available in Quest for Glory 2. And I can't think why they didn't include it here, except that...
Good day, and good to see you again.
Probably the villagers would freak out if you kept deliberately sleeping until nightfall and then leaving.
Good to see you.
Dimitri's all warm and loving now.
I am well, and I hope that you are also.
I love you too, Dimitri.
I know only what legends tell of them, undead which drink the blood of the living. We have always had stories of them here. I have never known anyone here to be harmed by a vampire, that we know of for certain. I have not spoken of it before, because I know so little. Still, it is very bad luck to speak of it, and the memories of Mordavia are deep. They worshipped it in the monastery, that much I know. The members of the monastery stayed mostly within its walls, but the townspeople feared them. They said the followers were all like madmen, concealed in robes and speaking in whispers. Then one day they were all gone. We heard of the fighting down by the Dark One's cave, of course. No one returned here except for my grandfather. He brought this staff here and said Irana was dead. That is all I know of the matter. I am sorry if I cannot help you more. Be careful and good luck.
Well, that was still a lot.
The town is quiet now, and the rumors are few. Except for the ones about you.
Well, let's go visit, no, we do not chew on Mommy's corpse. Go visit Olga and tell her about Boris.
I suppose you heard that the gypsy didn't kill Igor after all. Dmitri has set the gypsy free. No good will come of it. You mark my words. The man was clearly a werewolf.
Olga, no.
So,
Tell Olga about what you've been doing in Moldavia.
Maybe we tell her that the camp travelers aren't
and be sure and
horrible
keep me
and she needs
informed.
to stop being racist.
I need to know everything that goes on around here. Someone's got to have a clue after all.
Alright, let's talk about Boris.
Tell Olga that Boris doesn't see any reason to keep the shop open when there's nothing left to sell.
No business. Huh. You just tell that man about my avocado and garlic sandwiches. People come in and buy them all the time. Mhm.
Well, we did do that. That is true. We haven't been eating them.
If Boris talks to you again, you tell him I'm fixing his favorite sandwiches. Avocado and garlic and pumpkin wheat bread. Oh, he used to love those.
Mm. She wants him back. I mean,
As my husband used to.
you can tell from her tone of voice. Let's go get a breakfast. We didn't sleep there, but... Hi, sorry I didn't sleep here
Pay
last
the
night.
innkeeper for your room and board.
Thank you for your payment.
We've been here a whole week.
It's a garlic souffle, Moldavian style.
Who is a good boy? Who is a good toothy boy? Who puts everything in his mouth? It's Crispin. It's Crispin. Crispin puts everything in his mouth. Okay. We don't need to go into the Adventurers Guild because we've exercised enough. I'm only coming in here to get our daily allotment of healing and poison cure pills.
It is not often that one of your talent and potential comes into Mordavia. Unfortunately, I have already awarded the laboratory assistant position to Frankie.
That's cool. I didn't want it.
You really should take the... Here you... Here you...
Leaving.
Good luck with your observation.
Let's go visit Boris. Let's go visit Boris. Yeah. Yeah, let's go visit Boris. We didn't see it because I went straight to the camp, but I think that if you don't go to the camp for a day or two, you actually see Davy near the gates and he invites you to the camp. And then I think he turns into a wolf. But I can't remember if he does that or not. No, I think he may just walk off. But we went straight away, so we didn't need to be invited.
Hello again. You are a most brave man to wander so freely in the Moldavian woods.
You said you wander without taking precautions because...
You tell Boris about Olga's avocado and garlic sandwiches.
How I used to love her avocado and garlic sandwiches. We had them on our wedding night, you know. You should have seen the garlic and avocado flowers decorating our wedding cake. Oh, beautiful. And she baked the cake herself. Oh, she always was a good cook. You remind me of how much I miss my wife. I shall go back and visit her.
Well, happy ending.
I remember our wedding day. She was beautiful in her gown. She had even embroidered little garlic cloves and avocados around the edges. We danced the night away.
That's so weird and sweet.
Come back again sometime. It's good to have someone to talk to, besides myself.
Okie dokie. It's, the one good thing I can say about the time scale is that it does go quickly. I mean, we've barely been walking around and it's almost midday, so that's about all you can hope for, really.
You again. So?
There isn't anything new to say about Boris, so...
Boris came back to visit me. We had a lot to talk about. He says he'll come back again after work. It was nice to see him. Seemed like old times.
That's sweet. I'm not gonna cry. I refuse to cry, but it is sweet. So...
After some
rest. It really is a shame that there's not a rest until nightfall.
After
And that's a nice touch. At sunset, the Burgermeister sticks his head out and closes his windows. So we've been here, this is 8 days. Day 8. And I would like to see what the gates look like when they're closed.
After some...
Oh, look at the sky.
You are on an old road.
Got pretty stars in the sky. That's very attractive. And the addition of stars makes it look more realistically like night instead of... Again, the clouds do have a bit of a day for night shot to it, but the stars help. They... Oh.
It is good to see you again. I hope you are enjoying your visit to Moldavia. You need to take better care of yourself, you know? It is very dangerous out at night. Come to me. I have something to show you. I warned you it is dangerous here at night and you do not listen. I intend to teach you a lesson.
A strange feeling sweeps your body. You realize that you now know the frostbite spell.
Perhaps that will help keep you alive when I am not with you.
Cool. She knows magic. There's also terrifying jack-o'-lanterns where normal pumpkins were.
I bid you welcome to Mordavia. I hope you are enjoying your stay here. There. Now you have had an official welcome from your own official welcome woman.
That's sweet. So we can tell her about herself.
You tell her your name and a little about your adventures.
How fascinating. I have never met a true hero before. You must tell me more sometime.
So we already know her name, but...
You may call me Katrina. And what shall I call you?
And magic?
Magic is very useful for survival in Mordavia. Use it wisely and carefully. I told you before how dangerous it is here. I could never dare wander here without magic to help me. But I did want to see if I could see you again. I've never met anyone like you before.
Where do you live?
I must go now. I hope we can meet again soon. I enjoy your company.
Let's try that again. Where do you live?
I live in the castle north of town. It is a cold, dreary place, I'm afraid. The castle was once home to the Borkov family. My family once served them, and so I am allowed to live there. The forest is a very dangerous place. Many monsters walk here, especially at night. Please, please be careful. I must...
Let's try that again. So we get 3.
There are monsters everywhere in the forest. I need to get back to the castle where I will be safe. You wish to see me again, then? Oh, perhaps we can meet again here sometime. I hope so. The land of Mordavia is filled with unusual beauty and hidden dangers. Trust nothing here. If you are to stay alive, you will need to be alert and careful at all times. I must go now. I hope we can meet again soon. I enjoy your company.
Before you can think to follow her, the young peasant girl has disappeared into the forest.
Well, So that was, can we get back into the,
You deftly slip over the gate and into town.
Woohoo! Climbing skill for the win. It even upped our climbing skill. So, confirmed for living in the castle. But, we're still not clear who she is.
So, Dmitri says the gypsy didn't really kill Igor after all. Then there's that one about the Easter Bunny.
Wait, you didn't hear? Oh, that foolish gravedigger fell into a grave, and he was trapped by his own gravestone. He's dumber than a styrofoam cup.
Right. It's just lucky for Igor the stranger happened to wander by before he starved to death.
You are all fortunate that the stranger rescued Igor. You would have burned an innocent man.
Well, I still think the gypsy's a werewolf. Say, did you hear that the gravedigger returned to town unharmed?
Did you know that the gypsy has been released?
Were you aware of the fact that rumor has it that you saved both Igor and the gypsy?
So you found Igor in the grave? Lucky for old Eeg you came along.
Otherwise, poor little Iggy would be dead.
Well, at least he had a decent burial.
New things to talk about.
The gypsy has returned to his people, I guess. It is a good thing for him that you were in town. Now that Igor is back here with us, perhaps someday I will welcome him into the inn. He was always so strange, and no one had anything to do with him. I never imagined I would miss him before.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great relief to me that the gypsy has been released. I had not been looking forward to watching him burn at the stake. No man should die so hard.
Let's go talk to the townspeople.
Well, Gypsy returned to his people, I suppose.
Yeah, that gypsy camp is somewhere to the east of town, by the shopping mall.
I still think the punk was a werewolf.
Did you ever see him turn into a wolf?
Well, no.
Did he have hairy hands or pointy ears like Leonard Nimoy?
Well, no.
You see, it's all your fault, blathering on about those stupid, foolish folk tales. Why, we could have harmed an innocent man.
Yeah, I knew all along there's no such thing as werewolves.
Glad you guys came around.
Well, Gravedigger returned to town safely, and he can get back to his job overcharging us for those fakakta gravestones.
Yeah, he's even got full medical and dental.
After all, the gravedigger was at work all the time, so to speak.
Well, things ought to settle back to abnormal now. What with our little buddy Igor returning and all.
Yep, we can go back to being open and friendly.
And as always, suspicious of strangers.
Okay, then. Oh, okay. So sorry, I was talking about Katrina. She did say she lives at the castle. We don't really know how that works, but,
You unlock the door to your room and go in.
you know, they said that the master has a daughter. So, maybe that's who she is? What happens if we sleep till morning?
You are...
No voices, huh? Well, I'm gonna sleep until midnight then.
After some... After some... After... After... You're getting tired.
Let's go visit the Dumbo boy.
You see that the domovoi is here again.
Is he ever not?
It does...
Oh, good, good. Very, very good. You go bad place, you come back. Oh, very good.
We did indeed.
Oh, you did good. Domovoy very happy not to be in very bad place. Domovoy very happy not to be dried up.
So let's talk.
Oh, happy am I. You help me. I help. I help you help others. You be plenty big hero here. many hero things to do, Bad place Domovoy all better now. Bad place Domovoy now live in Burgomeister's place. Maybe good luck to Burgomeister. You help me, then I help you. You want be big hero? You want make many people happy? You want make friends and influence people? First, to be plenty good hero, need to be very powerful. If not very skilled, you die. If not very smart, you die. Oh, no more hero. Domovoy tells story. Yuri and Bela have daughter Tanya. Lovely daughter, laughing daughter. One day, Tanya taken away, all because of doll.
How did that work?
Tanya, sweet child. Tanya like everyone. Then Bela have dream. Dream Tanya taken away. Bela very scared. Not let Tanya play outside. Not let Tanya have friends. Tanya gets scared of dark. Tanya many times alone at back of inn in dark. One day, monster come. Big monster. Friendly monster. He visit Tanya's window. He talk to Tanya. Tanya not afraid of dark. Tanya now have monster friend. One night, Tanya very unhappy, so monster take Tanya away. Monster want to make Tanya happy. Now Tanya gone. Tanya gone to castle. No one see Tanya leave. No one see Tanya go. No one but Domovoy. Domovoy tried to stop Tanya, but too late. Tanya already outside with monster. No tell Bela, no tell Yuri. Very bad thing. Tanya need hero, not dead parents. Only brave, powerful hero save Tanya.
Well, that was a lot. So, it sounds like the daughter that the townspeople think is missing, presumed dead, is maybe just missing.
One night, Tanya get beautiful doll. Tanya not have doll before. Tanya love doll very much. Bela very scared. Where doll come from? Yuri very scared. Who gave doll to Tanya? Take doll away. Make Tanya very sad. Bela hide doll in cabinet. You take doll. Tanya love doll. Maybe you help Tanya, No talk Bela. No show Bela doll. Make Bela very scared. Make Bela very unhappy. You take doll. You take doll to Tanya someday, Someday you very powerful hero. You take doll to Tanya.
You sure? It's okay?
This cabinet contains some extra plates, glasses, and silverware. There is also a beautiful and ornate doll on one of the shelves.
Oops. I zipped past something. How far are we gonna have to backtrack to see what I zipped past? Ah, guys, I'm so sorry. It's real easy to do by accident.
After some rest, After some rest, you feel better. After some rest, you're getting tired.
Okay, let's try this again. I'm so sorry. Nothing happened for just long enough that I was like, well, okay. Zip through the dialogue.
Don't. Not one night. No one. No. One. Babe, you. That you.
So he said to take the doll.
You open the cabinet and see a lovely doll. You carefully remove the elegant doll from the cabinet and store it in your pack.
So what happens if we show it to the doll?
That didn't do anything. You straight.
Take doll. Become plenty powerful hero. Then Tanya you help.
You hear the sound of silence.
Okay. So let's actually double up a little bit and leave. Can we leave? We may not be able to leave.
You've never seen so many locks and bars on a door. You can't find any way to open.
Well, there's more than one way to skin a locked door.
You unlock.
We're gonna crawl out the window. Voila. And let's try sleeping out here. Ooh.
You feel the sensation of floating freely in a swirling cloud of magic. You are warm and safe, surrounded by the sound of peaceful beauty. You feel as if you are suddenly totally alive. You can remember every happy moment of your past, taste every favorite sensation, hear all the colors of the universe. This is the true joy of living. Suddenly, you find yourself trapped by darkness. You cannot breathe. The darkness is tearing the warmth, life, and magic from your body. Pain! The agony of lungs without air, the burning cold of a body trapped in ice, the terror of helplessness as death approaches. You float, cold and lifeless.
Whew, too real. That's basically what my dreams are these days.
You gradually
lately.
wake, shaking off the shreds of dreams that cling to your memory.
So, that was not fun. But it's over.
You are always on the go, my friend. Take care.
He calls us friend now. The same stuff as usual.
Good.
Let's go grab breakfast so I don't snarf down on my avocado and garlic sandwiches. Which honestly sounds just not good to me at all. I like garlic in food, but not just layered into a sandwich. Oh! Bella didn't run back inside. She always does. Well, we will get to talk to her in the next video because we've already gone over the hour mark. So, that's exciting for me. We get to talk to Bella. And she's smoking on a pipe. I adore her. So in the next video, we will talk to Bella. And we're also going to start going outside at night a little bit more often. We didn't go very far tonight. Obviously, we just stepped outside the town gates and met with Katrina. But we'll start making baby steps away from the town and go off to do some things now that we have some protection spells. Once again, my name is Anna Mardal. I hope you guys are enjoying these. I know it's not quite the same because I'm not doing all the voices, and it means we kind of have to just sit here for a while and listen to people. So hopefully it's still fun for you. I really hope so. It helps, I hope, that the voice acting is really, really good. I don't think I could do better than the folks doing this. So that's nice as well. But I will see you in the next video, and thank you for coming along with me on these. Bless you so much. Bye-bye.